I sound a little stuffed up, it's because I'm sick. I have 7 books to talk about, which is kind of a lot, but I'm going to kind of go through them quick, and then I'm going to start fresh with a new year, because these are all the last of the books that I haven't talked about yet that I read in 2015. I meant to film this a few weeks ago, and I haven't yet. I'm trying to clean up the last of the 2015 mess and start fresh with this brand new year, which so far is turning out to be shit. First book is Winter by Marissa Meyer, and I know how to do this, okay? I've been doing this for 2.5 years. The final book in the Lunar Chronicles. I read this near the beginning of December. Loved it. Gave it 5 stars out of 5, if star ratings really matter to you. The characters were great. There was a lot of character development in this final book for some characters. I love Thorn. I think Thorn grew the most in this series, or he was one of the characters that had the most character development. Winter and Jason, though, are so adorable. Like, they were so adorable at the beginning of this book. I don't know what else to say without spoiling this book. It was pretty epic. It was a solid, like, incline the whole way. There was no, like, there wasn't a dull moment. There was always something going on, especially with that many, like, primary characters in the series. There's always something going on. It was good. It was really good. It was good. I decided to pick up The Scorch Trials, which I've had sitting on my shelf for a while, and I finally read it, and didn't love it. It was to me. The world is so messed up and dangerous, and there's so many, like, psychos, and it's just very upside down, and, like, there's just nothing, there's no moments of standstill where you're like, breathe, like, it's all so, it just gives me anxiety, because it's so, like, uncomfortable all the time. Like, everything is like, oh my god, we're gonna die, and it just makes me a little, like, you know, like, it just, there's no comforting moments. Did I say I gave it 3 stars? I didn't love it. It wasn't bad, it just wasn't my cup of tea. I read The Death Cure. I don't own this book, so I actually listened to it on audiobook because I've never picked up a copy of it yet. I like this one a little bit more than the second one. Dude, why? No. There's, like, what's the city? I don't remember, but it's like this almost utopia in the crazy world. It had some twists that were kind of, like, annoying, because they were kind of like, that's just too convenient. I just wanted to finish off the series because I did want to see what happened. It's James Dashner's writing style, I think, that's not for me. Like, I don't really like it that much. It's just the way he writes, and just, you know, how he writes things. I don't connect with it, and that's gonna happen. It's gonna happen when you read as many books as us booktubing, book reading people read. I read Nimona by Noelle Stevenson, which is a graphic novel. I don't read a lot of graphic novels because they're expensive. Also, I'm really particular about art style. Like, I want to read something with the art style, that aesthetic that I want, you know? I gave this book 5 stars, though, just to tell you. It was on my favorite books of 2015. It's about this villain, and he gets a sidekick named Nimona, who is a shapeshifter, actually. And then there's also the hero, Goldie. It's like this institute that assigns you to be like a hero or a villain. They're all very morally gray. Like, the hero's not all good, the villain's not really bad at all. He sucks at being a villain because he's just too morally good. And then Nimona's like, let's kill people. I loved it, though, and I definitely want to read more by Noelle Stevenson. I wanted to finish off more series this year, so towards the end of the month, I was like, I want to read this. And it's End of Days by Susan E., the final book in the Penguin and the End of Days trilogy, which was originally going to be quite a few books, but it turned into 3. I gave this book 4 stars. It took me a long time to pick this up because I was so let down by the second book. I loved the first book. I remember it was a couple years ago, I think, or a year and a half ago, that myself and Sierra, Charlize, and Megan did the like, read-along for the first book, and it was so good, and we loved it. It was alright. I liked it more than the second one. I gave it 4 stars. Still, the first one is my favorite. There just didn't seem like there was much character development with any of the characters, really. I was content with the ending. I really wanted a quick, kind of fun, like, kids read, so I picked up The Reptile Room by Lemony Snicket. I did enjoy it. I'm such a sicko. Is enjoyed the right word for a book about, like, misfortunate orphans? No. I did give it 4 stars, though. The last book that I read in 2015 was Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard, The Sword of Summer? Asgard? It's Asgard. The cover confuses me because I always think it's called Magnus Chase and whatever, but that's what the series is called. This book is called The Sword of Summer. This is a new series by Uncle Rick, which is about Norse mythology, you know, like Thor, Loki, but not the way you think. Like, Loki in this book is a burly ginger with a beard, so not Tom Hiddleston in any way. I gave it 4.5 stars because it was great and action-packed and totally classic Rick Riordan with the just hilarious chapter titles. So that is the last of the books that I read in 2015. So let me know if you agree, disagree with my thoughts, what you thought of these books if you've read them, and thank you for watching, and I'll be back with another video really soon. I'm quite proud of myself. I'm kind of keeping up on videos so far this year. So yeah, bye! But you know, you gotta, Mind Palace. Oh my god, I want more episodes of Sherlock so bad. Let's do it. Oh,